I strive for it's a basic statistics course in the sense that it covers topics like descriptive stats, the bell curve. It looks into sampling, hypothesis testing, correlation and regression. Our students need to know that, and they need to be quantitatively prepared for that. In addition to that, I use SoundScan in the classroom. Berkeley has just acquired SoundScan, and so we work the students on projects with SoundScan, and I expose them to the latest reports that I get. Our department gets the latest NARM briefs. You might have seen them, John, or I download reports from the IFPI, the International Organization of Record Companies, or similar, and so I'm always updating them with stuff. One of the positive news of the crisis of the music industry, the drop in sales, if you want, in recorded music sales, that is that there's a lot of information out there coming out freshly. There's much more writing than when I started. I had to fish for information before, but now it's much easier. For instance, the NARM organization is obviously paying big market research companies, the MPD Group, Price Waterhouse, to write reports about the industry, and you see in those reports not stuff just about the music industry, but about games and the market for games and the like. So my interest is always to, if in economics they learn the basic tools of supply and demand and markets, when they go to stats, they're looking at data from a more pointed view and a more critical view. For instance, today in class I showed them the SoundScan figures of 2006, the summary figures, and I showed how SoundScan was trying to spin the numbers. They talk about a 19.4% growth in sales, and I asked the class, well, how come they're talking about this growth and you're hearing otherwise? And they got into the data and they figured out, it's because they're talking about units sold. They're not talking about dollar value, they're talking about units sold. And could it be that they're counting a song just like they used to count an album, and then the light bulbs go up? Yeah, of course, they're counting a song as it's an album, and so the business is trying to put its best foot forward, and I can show them how this is reflected in a sense in the production of stats and stats. So there's always that aspect of it, But beyond that, it's a typical stats course with. They learn a stats program called DataDesk, and they pick up information from the trade along the way. I wish I had more time in that course, I'll say that, because I can barely get them to learn the basics of stats, let alone plug in SoundScan, but we try, and I've found that we just move faster, and you may not get everything, but at least you'll get exposure to methods, and you'll probably, if you continue, you'll take it further.